Hey guys, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm your host, Folasade, the accountability accountant, guys. And I know you're quite surprised to see me on this Friday. So I never go live on Fridays. And I never really do like pop-up live streams. Like I used to do them years ago, right? But I stopped about 2 years ago when I was shadow banned. So now I'm starting to get back in the swing of things, and today's live stream is one of those things. Okay, so as promised, I told you guys when I officially get some updates about the ERC, I will come and talk with you guys about it. Okay, so I just got the information. Well, I was supposed to go live yesterday, y'all, but I ended up tired. Me and my team is editing my book, Audit Proof. So you guys will see my book, Audit Proof, coming out pretty soon to teach you guys how to protect yourself from getting, protect yourself if you were to get audited, what you guys need to do to be able to write off your meals, your travel, your auto expenses, and take all of the deductions. So me and my team been working on that. So I've been drained these past 2 weeks, guys. So I'm excited to bring you guys officially an update. Like I said, I was supposed to come to you guys yesterday and do it, but my eyes are like literally blurry. Like literally my eyes are blurry. I can barely even see because of it. So yeah, so guys, we're about to get right into it. So first things first, let me give you guys some background information about the ERC if you're unfamiliar about the program. And then if you guys have any questions or anything, post your questions on the Q&A if you are on Instagram so I can answer the questions when I see it. Because guys, my eyes are not moving as quickly as it would have under these circumstances. So post your comments under the Q&A post your questions under the Q&A for Instagram. And then for if you guys want to see my screen and you're on Instagram, you have to come to my YouTube channel, which is Folasade TV, because I have a lot to show you guys. We have a lot to dive into and we have a lot to discuss. So if you want to see my screen, head over to my YouTube channel, which is my name, Folasade, Folasade TV on YouTube, and you should see me live right now. Okay, so we about to get into it. So first things first, let me give you guys some background information about the ERC. So during the pandemic, the IRS, Congress, and all of them was like, okay, the small businesses need money. So let's go ahead on and give them some additional programs outside of the PPP, outside of the SBA EIDL loan, outside of the various programs that they offer. They ended up creating the employee retention credit. The employee retention credit was given out during that time to encourage businesses to maintain their staff. The last thing that the government wanted, guys, was for everybody to get fired. So they came up with the ERC so that small businesses can go and file for the employee retention credit, get some money back, and maintain operations. Okay, so as I predicted, right? Guess what? Y'all, I'm not going to say you guys, everybody. A lot of people cheated the program. So about 2.5, 3 weeks, the IRS put a moratorium on the program, okay, and they completely halted the program. So we first, I'm going to show you guys that. I thought I had that page up. Hold on. Guys, like I said, it's so much stuff. Nope, this is not the moratorium. Let me see if I can find it on this page. Hold on, guys. All right, I'm going to just show y'all this page because it got it on here. But it's not the actual moratorium page, okay? So, guys, once again, if you're on my Instagram or any other social media platforms and you want to see my screen, you want to head over to my YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe, guys, to my YouTube channel because I'm about to share my screen, okay? Oh, God. I think I'm going to have to probably... Let me go get my glasses, guys. Let me put the program on hold because my eyes are like literally blurry. I'm going to have to pause the program for 1 second. Let me grab my glasses. 1 second. cannot. All right, guys, so just bear with me 1 second. Let me see if I can even see this screen with these glasses. This is crazy. Like, my eyes are really, like, blurry. All right, Instagram, y'all gonna have to see a glare in my glasses because, let me see if I tilt it a little bit. Hold on. Because I cannot see. I'm sorry, y'all. All right, let's see if that tilt work a little bit. Okay, yes, that's a little bit better. But the volume. I'm gonna have to cancel this one. Let me cancel this live stream, guys. I'm gonna be right back. Let me cancel this. Give me 1 second. YouTube, just give me 1 second. I'm gonna have to play some music, guys, because I have to read this to you guys. And like I said, me and my team, we've been editing my book for like the past 2 weeks, and my eyes have tapped out. And so y'all just have to just bear with me really quick while I get this lighting and the glares off my glasses, and then we're going to get started. Okay, so I'm going to pause. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, I'm so sorry. Let me just. All right, guys. Sorry about that. I truly apologize for that. So if you guys are just coming in, I probably should have started a new YouTube. But if you guys are just coming in, I'm Folasade, the accountability accountant, guys. I help individuals and small businesses save money in their taxes, build generational wealth, and build profitable, scalable, and sustainable businesses, guys. So I've been closely watching the ERC program since COVID. I've been watching all the programs, right? And so I did a live stream about maybe 2 weeks ago, and I mentioned to you guys during that live stream, when they come up with an update, I will come live and bring you guys all of the updates so you can be well aware of where you stand, whether or not your paperwork might get caught up or whatever the case may be, right? So I'm back, right? I'm back. So just to give you guys some context, the ERC program, was to help individuals, well, businesses to maintain their employees, right? So a lot of people scammed the program. The IRS ended up receiving like almost 1 million applications. And as of September 19th, the IRS stated that due to the enormous amount of fraudulent claims, oh my gosh, like how do y'all live stream with glasses? That's probably why I never wore my glasses. I'm gonna have to like figure it out because it's a major glare and everything. I don't know what to do. I have to figure the glasses thing out because okay. But so they on September 19th, the IRS halted the program because of so many fraudulent applications. They said that they had over 600,000 applications that were pending at that time, and they believe that 75% of those applications were done fraudulently. Okay. So they stopped the program. So they're still accepting applications. They are just not processing applications. So if you are a legitimate business owner that had legitimate employees and suffered a legitimate loss, okay, during that time, then you are actually eligible, okay? And just keep your paperwork in. I'm not talking to you. If you're here for the commentary and the juice, then stay with me. But if you know you did everything legally, you're good to go. But if you know you, your best friend, your cousin Joe, your cousin Mo, or whatever did some fraud stuff, you want to definitely tune in and you want to definitely share the video as well and look out for when my team break it out, okay? So let's rock this thing on out, guys. I am just going to have to zoom in a lot for me to read this, okay? Alrighty, so the beautiful part about all of this happening, guys, is that with mistakes comes perfection. With mistakes comes your best product, your best everything, right? Okay, so the IRS said, okay, yeah, we keep putting out this money and we're not informing the people of really what it takes for them to be eligible. You have these unscrupulous consultants and professionals out here telling these people this. So guess what? Now we have to come up with our own system. So if you guys are on my YouTube channel, which is Folasade TV, you guys can see they have a whole little portal now just for the ERC program. And I'm actually happy about that. And one thing that stood out for me when I was reviewing this prior to going live for you guys was that they even have an area for you to check whether or not you are eligible. So I think let's go ahead on and start there. And then I will walk you through the withdrawal process. If after you figure out that when we do the eligibility part that you're not eligible or you weren't eligible, then you may have to go ahead on and withdraw that application. So before I go into that, the reason why you guys want to withdraw the application is because if your application is deemed fraudulent, it will prevent you from getting hit twice, okay? So one hit will happen if it becomes a criminal case, right? Because you committed fraud on the paperwork. It's wire fraud, it's computer fraud, everything. But if you also receive the funding from your fraudulent application, in addition to that, you will have to pay entrance, penalty charges, and repay all of that money. So the IRS is like, okay, well, we can at least prevent you from having to repay the money. Now, whatever the DOJ decides to do with your fraudulent application, that's up to the Department of Justice. But at least on our end, we're going to create this portal for you guys so you can go ahead and withdraw your application so you won't be hit financially, okay? All right. So, excuse me, guys. All right, so we're about to click this. And guys, see this ERC eligibility is more than a checklist. It actually asks you questions that go from 1, 2, 3, 4, right? This was not available during the application process. The system actually really trusted you guys to be upstanding citizens and do right, but that's not what happened. Okay, so the question number 1 on the ERC eligibility checklist says, did you have employees and pay wages to them between March 13th, 2020 and December 31st, 2021? Did you have employees? It didn't say, did you have independent contractors? Did you have employees? Then the second criteria was, did you pay those employees a wage? And then the third criteria was, did you pay those employees a wage between March 13th, 2020 and December 31st, 2021? Those were the initial requirements. One of the initial requirements, you had to have employees. So for all of you that do not have employees and you submitted that ERC application, you were ineligible. You committed fraud. If any of you converted contractors to employees to qualify for the ERC, you as well attempted to commit fraud. So your first criteria for you to be eligible, you had to have legitimate employees and you had to have paid them wages on a W-2, not a 1099, guys, from March 13th, 2020 until December 31st, 2021. That was the requirement. So I'm going to hit yes. But if that wasn't you, you should hit no. So I'm going to hit yes so we can see what's next. And then I'm going to hit no, and then so we can see what's next. Okay, guys? And again, if you guys are watching me on any other social media platforms, because I'm multicasting right now, you guys want to head over to my YouTube channel, which is Folasade TV, to check it out. Or you could just wait till the replay come and check out the replay on my YouTube channel as well. You might want to bypass the first 10 minutes, okay? So first of all, we're going to hit yes, you paid some wages, because I'm hoping you actually did. Okay, so then it takes you right to question number 2. And it says, during that time, were you a self-employed individual who didn't have employees or a house employer? So they want to know a self-employed individual who didn't have employees. So let's say, for example, you just registered, you have your LLC. You don't have an S corp, you don't have a partnership, and you don't have a corporation. So in the IRS eyes, with your sole proprietor LLC, you're considered self-employed. That's why when you complete the Schedule C, it said self-employed profit and loss. Okay. So they're asking you, were you a self-employed individual who didn't have employees, or were you a household employee? So I'm going to hit yes and no. Well, let me go back to question number 1 so we can see what no says, and then we're going to go to the question number 2 for both. Okay, so if you didn't have any employees during the period and paid them wages during the March 13th period, then you were ineligible. And it says it here. You aren't eligible to claim the ERC. That's if you didn't have legitimate employees, you didn't pay them a wage, and you didn't pay them between March 13th, 2020 and December 31st, 2021. One additional tip that I want to inform you guys that I learned while I was researching this for you guys last month, right, was that they also said that if you didn't file the tax forms that are associated with reporting your wages for your employees to the IRS on time, so that means you had employees, but you didn't submit the 941s, you didn't submit the 940s, and you didn't submit the W-2s, they also say you were ineligible. So the additional requirement was that you had to pay them during that specified time, but you also had to timely file. So for all of you that didn't timely file your applications, timely file your tax forms, you were also ineligible for the ERC. Okay, so now we're going to go back to question 1, and then we're going to go and hit yes so we can go to the next part, right, to determine your eligibility. So for question number 2, it says during that time, were you a self-employed individual who didn't have employees or a household employer? So a household employer is someone that is employing a babysitter or someone that works inside of their home. Okay, maybe like a butler, a maid, a babysitter. They're considered a household employee. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm going to hit yes because a lot of you guys were self-employed and a lot of you guys did not have employees. And if that's the case, you were not eligible. So if someone online told you, oh yes, you have that business, yes, you know, and you don't have no employees, you weren't eligible. Even if you were a household employer, you weren't eligible for the ERC. It was only a limited amount of businesses. They really wanted to feed the people that had employees so the unemployment rate won't drastically drop. But what happened was the actual people that had businesses was like, oh, well, I'm sustaining, or, oh, well, it is what it is. I don't want to mess myself up and end up with that mess. A lot of legitimate businesses didn't even want to even be bothered with it. But it was like all of the people that wasn't really eligible for it was getting persuaded and convinced that you guys were. And I asked you guys to not fall for it. During my live streams, during my content. Every time anything happens like this, guys, I warn you and I come up here and I teach you exactly what the scammers are going to use to persuade you, tell you what not to do, and you guys still go and do it. I don't know what type of suffering y'all want me to feel here seeing you guys make all of these mistakes. Okay, guys, so I'm going to say you weren't a household employer and you did have employees. So we're going to put no for question number 2. So now question number 3 says, did your trade or business experience a significant decline in gross receipts during the eligibility periods during 2020 or the first 3 quarters, calendar quarter, January through September of 2021? So did your business experience a significant loss? And the loss had to be at least 20% or more. And it had to be broken down per quarter. So the individuals that didn't have solid bookkeeping in place, the individuals that didn't have their numbers in order, you guys more than likely estimated that number or just went through with the deposits that was on your bank statement, forgetting that the deposits on your bank statements is after the merchant take their fee. So that number that you're giving the IRS is also incorrect. You got to give them the gross. Okay. So you guys have just, more than likely legitimate business owners may have messed themselves up too because they didn't have the actual real numbers to see if they sustained a significant loss that fitted. It has to be at least 20% or more. So I'm going to say no right now so we can see that what it says. Okay, so the question number 3 says, did your trade or business experience a significant decline in gross receipts during the eligibility periods, right? Then it's going to ask, it says question 4. It says, that's if you answered no. Okay, so were you a recovery startup? So I'm glad they're going into this. So the IRS said, okay, well, not every business was operating prior to February 2020. Well, no, 2019. However, some of these businesses started up prior to the pandemic. So they didn't have the 2019 business income and information that we needed because they just started up at the end of 2019 and at the beginning of January. And so the IRS called them a startup recovery business. So in that case, you also had to have a 20% decline if you were a startup recovery business. So what that did by expanding it to the startup recovery business is it allows businesses that wasn't in operation all of 2019, but started right at the end of 2019 from January. When did they close down? Until March. Okay. So it says, did your trade or business experience a significant decline in receipts? When I hit yes, it says you may be eligible. It says you may be eligible for the ERC. You will need to confirm that your decline in receipts meets the requirement. Those were the main factors, guys. A lot of these unscrupulous people, guys, used one little clause that the IRS put in there that stated that if you had a significant decline in supplies, then you will qualify. But a business that had a significant decline in their major supplies wouldn't even be able to meet revenue. Let me give you an example. So let's say, for example, you sell clothes and you actually buy them from a manufacturer in China directly. And during the pandemic, you was unable to get any shipments because remember, everything was delayed, right? Then in that particular case, they will qualify because their primary source of revenue was selling clothes and they were unable to get their primary product to drive revenue from the source due to the pandemic. So they end up qualifying. But you guys got warped thinking that, oh yeah, just because you wasn't able to buy one thing or just because times were a little slow that you qualified, or that you had contractors and you qualified. Like I have clients now that now they're petrified. I specifically told those clients that they didn't qualify. They went with those scamming companies, got the ERC. Now I'm just waiting around to see when they're going to get the notice from the IRS. Because they didn't suffer a significant loss. They didn't suffer a decline in supplies. Some of them didn't even have employees during the time period. And I told them you didn't qualify, and they still went and got it. So some of them are shitting boots right now because they're not sure if their file will be brought up for an audit. Okay, so now we got the context and you guys understand exactly what was necessary for you guys to be eligible. All right, so now we're here. For all of you that have scammed, done some shady stuff, cheated the system, which I do not want you guys to do. Stop taking shortcuts. Like literally, it comes back to you tenfold. In the next 8 years, we're going to see a plethora of individuals go to jail voluntarily because they ended up voluntarily committing fraud during the pandemic. And everybody keep telling me the excuse. Folasade, everybody said it was free money. I didn't say it was free money. The moment I started seeing those posts, I started live streaming, telling you guys, don't fall for the bait, don't fall for the bait. And all y'all buddies online, they reported my content. So they wanted y'all to get caught up. They made millions and millions of dollars off helping you guys get those ERCs because they charge you a percentage. So for every, let's say they in a few of the contracts from those companies, some of them charge 30%. So let's get the calculator really quick. So let's say if they process 30 million ERC claims times 30%, they ended up making $9 million. So they benefited, and guess what? They're not going to have to return the fees. You're going to have to return the money back to the IRS. And so in addition to you losing the fees that you paid them, you're going to have to pay the IRS back the full ERC money on top of penalties and interest. And then you have to also be concerned of whether or not the Department of Justice is going to take fraud cases from you because you committed deliberate fraud by intentionally completing an incorrect, accurate application. and you use the tax forms, the 941s and the 941s, the 940Xs to commit fraud. And some of you did W-2s and 940s and unemployment reports. Just to get 10,000, just to get 20,000, you guys don't believe in yourself that much. And see, this is what scares me about the fraud and the scamming, because it actually makes me perceive that you don't believe in yourself that much, that you don't believe in your capabilities that much to go out and make that same amount of money legally. For you to cheat, that just shows that you don't value yourself that much, that your life, your freedom is worth $30,000. But now it makes sense. That's why on social media, we're arguing about what everybody brings to the table, because you guys think so little of yourself. My freedom, me being able to be here with my family, you can never pay me to cheat the system. My life, my stuff is priceless. And if the majority of you guys do not start getting that mindset that you can never put a value on a human being, stop allowing people to put a value on you. And we all are doing it with our hourly rate. We all are doing it with what we settle with in relationships. We all do it with what we're willing to cheat for. So for all of you that scam, whatever that amount is, that's what you're saying you're worth. So if you got $30,000, you told me your freedom, your livelihood is only worth $30,000. And if you take that $30,000, divide that by 52 weeks in a year, that's only $576. So that means you scammed and destroyed your family and your future for $576 a week. You could have got a part-time job and sacked that money away consistently every week, since you didn't probably need the money because you're getting an extra part-time job so you can hustle. Put that money away and you would have still had you wouldn't have 30,000 because of the taxes, but you at least would have had about 24,000. So you guys have to start thinking like that. What you're willing to cheat, what you're willing to accept is what you're saying you are worth. All right, so let's go now. What we're going to do now is look at how to do the withdrawal process if you guys committed fraud. Now, when you guys see my content, don't be posting to my, oh, I screwed up on a return for last day. Don't put it on my public comment, okay? Privately message me. Don't do that, because remember I said that the IRS uses your metadata. Your metadata is tracked on Google. So every time you post a comment on my YouTube page telling me what you done did shady, they can pull that up too. When you guys post on my Instagram, because my Instagram is public, they can see that. Don't post that on that. Post it, send it to me in my private chat, or text my office or something, saying that you cheated and you want me to help you. Don't post it on my on the main content, guys. Don't incriminate yourself, please. I don't want to do that. And I'm sorry. I shouldn't have to say that, because we should know that by now, but we don't realize that the IRS is using everything there. And guys, can I be honest before I go into it even further? The IRS is actually going to increase audits even more. This is why the timing of my book, Audit Proof, is coming out at the perfect time soon, simply because now with this war happening, I look like the country is going to go to war with China and everybody else, guys. Based on what I read in the Bible, the Magogs and the Gogogs, all of that mess is happening right now. And so the way to fund the war is the reason why they created the tax system anyway, to pay for the war. So they know that they have trillions and trillions of dollars of the pandemic funding and also the fraudulent tax claims. So the IRS is going to beef up, and let me show you how I know what I'm talking about. And see, this is why I said I was supposed to go live for y'all yesterday. Let me stop sharing something really quick. I'm going to show you one more thing so you guys can see what I'm saying. Let me stop sharing this one. And then give me 1 second. I got to go to my email for this one. This email just come this morning, guys. This morning, this email just came. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second, guys. And see, when I first said the IRS is hiring new agents to go out to everybody ridiculed me then. I was the first person that warned y'all about the IRS hiring. They ended up getting all this funding because, see, unbeknownst to you guys, Congress gave the IRS a lot of money underhandedly. They didn't publicly acknowledge it, okay? And they didn't say, oh, we're giving the IRS all of this money initially. They didn't. They just gave them the money and ended up coming up with an emergency hire program underneath our nose. And I warned you guys about that. Then a year later, that's when everybody started saying, oh, the IRS is getting $80 billion. All right, guys, so you guys can see my email. Do not talk about how many emails I have in there either. If you guys see my screen, IRS number, the IRS is hiring revenue agents nationwide. And this just came out 3 hours ago. It says the IRS is hiring revenue agents nationwide. I just wanted you guys to see that. Just wanted you guys to see that. So that confirms all my thinking. Not only to at first, everything was done initially to rebuild the economy. Now it's going to be able to fuel this war. So the IRS have put it back out there. They are hiring IRS agents, and they're hiring to audit the ERC claims, the tax returns, the S corps that aren't paying themselves W-2, wages for the owners. All of that is being audited right now. And I am so proud of myself and me and my team. Even if y'all ridicule my memes, I've been warning you guys about this for 3 years. 3 years. Actually, it will be, no, since November 2020. Yeah, 3 years. I've been warning you about this. I read every tax plan that comes out. I read every law regarding taxes. That I eat, sleep, and breathe this mess. This is why a lot of you that don't know me, I let go my insurance license. I used to be a licensed insurance broker. I used to be a real estate agent as well. I let go all of my licenses to focus on what I love, which is taxes and accounting. So since I've let go all of my licenses, the real estate license I let go in 2009 because of the foreclosures. I did not want people to buy. My clients still went with other agents and bought properties, and I let my license go. And guess what? All of their houses were through foreclosure. I let my insurance license go because it just wasn't a passion of mine. So I have a wealth of knowledge, guys. I don't just come up here and shoot you guys shit and bullshit and up trying to get your attention and stuff. I don't do that. I come up here and give you real live content. Either you can take it or leave it. But what you're not going to do is act like no one warned you guys to do the right thing. But because y'all probably didn't share it, I'm going to blame it on y'all. I warned you, but you didn't share it. I'm petty like that. I blame everything. Like, no, I'll take responsibility. Okay, guys, so we about to go into the withdrawal process, okay? And guys, if you have any questions, post your questions, okay? All righty, so if you improperly submitted a ERC, oh God. Give me 1 second, I gotta do not disturb. Wow. All right. If you guys took the ERC claim improperly, right? The IRS said if you improperly claim the employee retention credit, you will be able to withdraw your amended return that included your ERC claim as long as your claim has not been processed and paid. So if your claim has been processed, you cannot retract the application. And if you receive the payment, okay, you cannot retract the application. It says requesting a withdrawal means you would be asking for the IRS not to process your entire amended return that included your ERC claim. So you cannot do a partial withdrawal. So let's say, for example, you ended up getting $30,000. You know you was only supposed to get $15,000. you cannot just withdraw only $15,000. You got to withdraw for the whole $30,000. Okay. All right. And it says the IRS will provide details on how to withdraw an ERC claim. In addition, the IRS is working on a settlement initiative. Oh my God. See, they know y'all committed fraud. They're working on a settlement initiative for taxpayers who believe they shouldn't have claimed the ERC and want to repay it. Okay, guys, so we're going to go and look at, let me stop sharing really quick and go to my next page. Okay. So this is the full withdrawal page, guys. I just hope, and let me just say this before I share my screen. A lot of people, I don't want to be race specific or color specific, but a lot of people are saying that, oh, they did this deliberately to catch us up. They did this deliberately to get Black people caught up. That's what they said. They did this deliberately to catch the poor people up. No, they didn't. You guys chose not to follow the rules. Where is the accountability behind this? As the accountability accountant, guys, I cannot allow you to have that mindset that by them coming up with this program and telling you who is eligible, because it wasn't like they didn't say who was eligible. They clearly stated it. And you guys still decided to take someone's information or decide that you still was eligible without inquiring on your own or without reaching out to someone like myself. In my previous live stream, I told you I had a lot of influencers reach out to me like, hey, they call me Fola. I don't know why. Hey, Fola, is this company legit that did the ERC? And I had to tell them, guys, I'm not sure because I don't know the application process that they're going through. I don't know the documentation requirements that they have in clients submit. So I couldn't tell that influencer, yes, that ERC company was legit. Because I didn't know the behind the scenes of how they was doing the applications and what they were putting on it. Some people didn't even sign the 941s that the companies prepared for them. Some of the clients of mine said that they didn't even see the paperwork that they submitted. And I'm confused because I know when I did some ERC applications, I had to have my clients sign on the 941s. So how did you not see the paperwork? So if my client is telling me the truth that they didn't see the paperwork, that means that the people with that did the application is submitting financial information on behalf of you guys to get you the money so they can make their fee. All right, so we're going to the withdrawal process, guys. So you guys cannot blame nobody else. You can't blame the system. You can't say that they did this deliberately. Now, if they didn't come up with these programs, we would have been complaining and fussing and they didn't care about us. They don't want us. They don't want to help us. It's a lose-lose situation. Guys, you guys make it very challenging. And that's one thing I can say. My parents told me you cannot please everybody. That's why I don't care about pleasing all y'all. Because y'all, your perspective of everything, your perception of everything is geared on your personal experiences. So if you have a bad mind frame, you soaked up with the devil, you a hater, you this, you will never understand nobody. So you guys can't please everybody. And so when we putting out this content, I hope that in the future that you guys pay attention to when me and my team put out legitimate content. And that's why I stopped live streaming, because you guys wanted me to give y'all tax tips and tricks and stuff, but you wasn't even doing your bookkeeping. You guys wanted me to give you tax tips, but you wasn't even managing your finances. So this is how we've lost trillions of dollars from being scammed over the past 3 years, because you guys want the fluff and not the reality. And I don't do fluff at all. I'm not even a fluffy person. All right. All right, it says withdrawal. If you filed a claim requesting a refund for an employee retention credit and would now like to withdraw your claim, this page will tell you whether you can do so or not. Some stuff I might skip, guys. If you need help figuring it out, okay. Says if you request to withdraw your claim, you will be asking the IRS to not process your entire adjusted employment tax form. And so here's the thing, guys. If you try to get the sick credit as well as the employee retention credit, then they cannot retract your ERC application because they have to retract the whole 941. So if you took any other credits on your 941 during the pandemic, including the ERC, you cannot do the withdrawal process. It has to be a straight ERC claim, and you want the full amount withdrawn for the ERC. It cannot be partial, okay? It says if you made any other changes on the adjusted employment tax return, or you only need to reduce your ERC claim, not withdrew it entirely, you can't use the withdrawal process. Instead, you need to amend your full return. And it says work with a trusted tax professional if you need help with the advice. Okay, so let's sum it up. You made the claim, full one. You got to take it completely out, right? You only did the ERC. You want to withdraw the whole amount, you qualify for the withdrawal process. The goal is to help you not have to pay it back, okay? All right, it says how to request an ERC claim. You will follow different steps depending on your situation. You haven't received, so the only way you can request the claim to be withdrawn in these situations, you haven't received a refund and haven't been notified your claim is under audit. Remember, guys, I told you in my last video that they're sending every claim that they deem wrong to the IRS Audit Division and the Department of Justice. Every claim, they said. You haven't received a refund and you've been notified your claim is under audit. You received a refund check but haven't cashed it. It says if you use a professional payroll company and they filed your ERC claim for you, you should consult with them if you want to withdraw your ERC claim. Depending on how the company filed your return, individually or batch with others, you may need to have them submit your withdrawal request. A lot of those companies that did your ERC actually closed down. So if you have to go through them to do the withdrawal process, a lot of you won't even have the opportunity. The only people I feel bad for is the businesses that actually didn't qualify for it, that legitimately had employees and an 18% loss or 19% loss that couldn't qualify. And now their businesses probably are closed down because they couldn't sustain. Okay. All right. So we're going to read this. Section A, you haven't received a refund. This is the 3 different sections we're going through. If you haven't received a refund and haven't been notified, your claim is under audit. I told you guys they're sending every application to the audit process. Y'all ruined it for everybody. Every ERC claim will now be audited. If you filed an adjusted return 941s, okay, to claim the ERC and you would like to withdraw your entire claim, use the process below. If you filed adjusted returns for more than one tax period, you must follow the steps below for each tax period. So if you did 4 quarters for the ERC, you have to do the withdrawal process for all 4 quarters. If you know all 4 quarters was done wrong or you wasn't eligible for all 4 quarters. So for whatever quarters, for the 941 that you filed, guys, and you want to withdraw that, you have to do it per quarter, okay? One doesn't, that one that you filed is for that 1 quarter, okay? It says to request a withdrawal, follow the steps. Make a copy of the adjusted return with the claim you wish to withdraw. In the left margin of the first page, write withdrawn. Guys, I personally don't recommend y'all do this on your own if you cannot follow things step by step. And then in the right margin of the first page, have an authorized person sign and date and put their name and title. And then they want you to fax it to the IRS. You can mail it as well. Okay. If you haven't received a refund and you've been notified your claim is under audit, this is what you need to do. If you've been notified by the IRS that you're being audited for the adjusted ERC claim, prepare your withdrawal request using the steps in Section A. So you will still do it, but don't submit to the withdrawal fax line or mail it in using the address below instead. So you got to send your paperwork to a particular address if you are under audit. If you have been assigned an examiner, communicate with your examiner about how to submit with your withdrawal. If you haven't been assigned an examiner, respond to your audit notice with your withdrawal request using the instructions in the notice for responding. If you received the refund check, but you haven't deposited yet and you want to withdraw the claim, this is what you need to do. Prepare the claim withdrawal request, but you can't fax it either. You need to put void on the check. And then you also need to put a no ERC withdrawal. And you need to keep all the records and then mail it to this address. So guys, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have my team put this in our in my link tree. Let me send it to my team member really quick before I forget. I'm gonna tell my team member to put this in our link tree, okay? Give me 1 second. So you guys can go right there and do this. Okay. Let me tell Leo. So Leo's gone. So Monday it's gonna be there in my link tree. Please add to link tree. Okay. So on Monday, Leo's gonna add that to the link tree for you guys, okay? On how to withdraw your ERC claim. Okay. Alrighty. So let me go to the next thing. Hold on. Let me make sure I clicked everything. Okay, we talked about the IRS agents being hired. Okay. The marketing scams. Okay, yeah, guys, it's a wrap. I'm done. I did my part today. So, guys, if you're just coming in, and I'm sorry if I couldn't say that throughout the live stream, my eyes are bleary and I'm here, but I'm here. The IRS officially came up with their withdrawal process, okay? And so I'm going to have my team put the withdrawal process link in my link tree so you guys can find it directly without having to search the web and do it. If you guys want to reach out to me, do not publicly mention it on any of my content. Message me privately in my inbox, okay? If you have the check, don't cash it. Do follow the instructions, okay? And please, guys, I beg of you, stop falling for the scam that is free money. Free money is what we call grants. Grants. If it doesn't say it's a grant, it is not free money. And even on your grant applications, guys, you have to submit the accurate information so that they can know that you are indeed eligible for that grant, which is free money. If they do come up with any other initiatives, because we don't know what's going to happen, the COVID is coming back, we might go to war, we don't know what to experience. Please, guys, do not cheat the system. Give me a day or two. I will come after I do my due diligence and do my research. I will come and tell you guys if you are eligible or give you the resources so you can make the decisions that you guys need to make. Stop falling for all of these fly-by-night pop-up people that's out here just to make a quick bag off your demise. The Black community lost a lot during this pandemic, and you guys are now starting to feel it. Because the money you've invested into those programs didn't pay out. The money you've invested into different investments that didn't pay out. You started businesses to try to get write-offs and stuff. And guys, and see, that's another thing. A lot of you guys started those businesses just for the write-offs, and the IRS know it. So this is a collective of reasons why the IRS is hiring an enormous amount of IRS agents. And as you guys saw from my email today, that they have put out a whole nationwide campaign in hiring revenue agents. And so they're hiring them to audit us. so they can now fund the government in whatever initiatives, programs, wars that they want to do. And the only way to protect you guys is to audit proof your expenses. This is why I feel as though it's perfect timing for my book, Audit Proof, to be coming out. Look out for it. It's almost done. I got my last final read on Monday with my final edits. I think it's perfect time so you guys can really see what it takes to maximize your tax deductions and take all of these things and qualify for all of these credits. You guys are going to be amazed. You're going to be like, holy cow. So if I get audited, I don't have nothing. If I get audited, it's going to be thrown out. If I get audited, I have to pay back that refund. Yes. And so by looking out for my book, Audit Proof, and then I also tell you guys how to maximize all your deductions and all of that stuff, you guys will be in good shape if you implement what's in the book. Just get in the book and be like, Folasade, I got the book. That's step one. Read the book is step two. Implement the processes from the book and implement the strategies in the book. Then you will have a winning accounting system that will maximize your taxes, maximize your tax deductions, and in turn reduce what you owe or increase your refund, or simultaneously do all of that and help you build generational wealth as well. So guys, do you have any questions at all about the overall ERC program before I head out? Do you guys have any questions at all about the ERC program? At all? At all. Okay, so if you guys don't have any questions at all, I am going to head out. I think I said quite a bit. We learned a lot. You learned about the withdrawal process. You learned about you're sure now that they're going to be auditing people. You know that they're hiring agents. So I just personally recommend this upcoming tax year, and I've been begging you guys to do this since I started live streaming since 2014. Actually, since 2014. So just do the right thing. When you hire a tax professional like myself, I'm going to tell you what taxes, tax deductions, tax write-offs, what programs you may qualify for that's in my industry, right? You guys don't have to be online trying to find tips and tricks if you actually have your own accountant. Do you know the people that is really paying the low amount of tax, they're not getting their tips and strategies from Instagram? No, they have their own accountant. And like till this day, some of my clients end up calling me, Folasade, do I qualify for this? And it'd be a straight scam. And I'd be like, huh? Why would you even think you qualify for that? You're making money. I don't know if what my tax agent did for me is ERC. So there were two programs. Well, a lot. But the two programs that involve your 941s, which is your payroll taxes, right? It was the employee retention credit and the employee sick leave credit. Yes, employee sick leave credit. And honestly, guys, I've seen a lot of mistakes on employee sick leave credit. People are actually taking the amount that they paid contractors for as the employee sick leave credit. They were taking the full amount of their staff's payroll for the whole year as employee sick credit. So it's two issues. So guys, here, this is your time to post your questions. Post your questions. So I'm going to give you guys a few minutes. It's 1:31. I think maybe like 5 minutes. Just message me or call my office at 202. Let me put my office number in. 202. My assistant, she'll get you on my calendar. Okay. So guys, this is your time. The floor is yours. You can ask me any questions. Auditing, tax, bookkeeping, ERC. This is your time. I'm just going to hold off around maybe 5 more minutes and just sit here and be blank until you guys post questions. And then if I don't see any questions after a while, I'm just going to get off. Okay. So you guys have any questions? No questions? Okay, let me see if it's okay. I'm a 1099, no employees. Oh, yeah. So if you were 1099, no employees, you guys did qualify for the PPP, okay? You did qualify for the PPP, but you didn't qualify for the ERC and you didn't qualify for the employee sick leave credit. Okay. Yep. Okay, good question. So Abiola says, how do we pay taxes for 1099? So if you are a 1099 independent contractor, you are required to pay taxes if you know you're going to owe $1,000 or more in taxes when you file your taxes. So right now, we just filed the 2022 tax return, right? So let's say, for example, you're the independent contractor, we just filed your tax return and you owed $1,500. The moment you owe $1,000 or more, you are then required to do estimated tax payments. Your estimated tax payments is you personally or having a tax professional like myself automatically taking the money from you or from your business bank account, right? And paying taxes to the IRS on a quarterly basis. Okay. So your first payment will be due in the tax season, April 15th. Second payment, I think is June 15th. Third payment, I think is September 15th. And then the fourth payment is January 15th. So you have to make those payments throughout the year, but you have to make an estimate of what you will owe or you're going to continuously owe. Or if you don't take a solid amount of estimate, you're going to pay way more than what you're supposed to and not have the money in your pocket throughout the year. So guys, this is why I always recommend you guys work with the tax professionals. I know you guys see all of these online softwares and some of you guys use spreadsheets better than me, right? But it never fails. You guys are still missing out things on your taxes because you would never be able to keep up with me and study as much as me. And then the problem is that if you're doing my job, that means you're not doing yours. If you're worried about taxes, you're not selling. If you're worried about accounting, you're not making money. Because there's no way you can do all of those things and still make tips and make all of the money that you want. So how can I confirm if what my tax agent did for me in ERC or not? I don't want issues with the IRS. You have to request the paperwork that they filed. Request copies of the paperwork that they use to file the return, and then maybe hire me for 1 hour, or you try to review it, or hire another tax professional for 1 hour to review your paperwork. And then at that point, because we are knowledgeable enough, we should be able to tell you whether or not you were eligible. And then at that point, you need to go and follow the steps that are going to be in my link tree tomorrow. Let me see if Leo is here. He might have did it already. No, he's gone. Okay, good question. Oh, great. Oh, I'm glad you have them. Oh, that's a good thing. Some of them people didn't even have some of the paperwork that the people filed. So that's a good start. So guys, I see some of you guys are here. This is your time. Post your tax questions. Post your time. I said post your time. Post your questions. Post your concerns. I know you guys have it. You always DM me. And let me let you guys know something. I will not answer your private tax questions in my DM. It's not fair to the public because the people that retain me to do consults pay me for their unique situation. To avoid paying me, you need to post your questions on the live stream, but just don't incriminate yourself. Or you can say, Folasade, check your DM and then answer. You see what I mean? And then I can maybe answer it live. But I would rather, if I'm going to be giving free advice, let me help the masses because that's what I'm here to do. Is help the masses. I'm not here to get friends. I don't need friends on social media. And let me say this too. A lot of y'all are like I can accept constructive criticism. I can accept when you guys want to say I did something wrong, right? But if you look at my timeline on the memes that we use compared to what's out there, we're like the most wholesome social media platform. Social media account. I talk about God, family, business, generational wealth, give you every tax strategy, inform you of everything. But the moment that I post a raunchy meme to get y'all attention, because y'all attention time span is 5 seconds, okay? And let me be very honest here for all of you that get mad at my content. The only reason why I post memes is because you guys don't pay attention to normal financial content without it being a scam or without it attracting your attention or being raunchy and rowdy. When I'm popping off and I'm screaming, look at my content, 300-400 likes, 30,000 views. But if I'm like this, hey guys, it's your girl Folasade. I need you guys to do your accounting. I don't get nothing. When I'm giving you guys basic tips and tricks, nothing. My most recent post, 1 like. Most recent video, 3 likes. But the one I teach you on a meme that you consider raunchy that I didn't even think of, I get 80 likes, 300 likes, 40, 50 comments. So do not blame me as a content creator because I have to be creative to get your attention. You see where me not getting your attention land a lot of you over the past few years. Y'all going to be going to jail soon, paying back big money, having to fight IRS and criminal lawsuits, having to go to tax court because y'all didn't pay attention to my generic, regular teaching content. Or y'all want me to show my boobs or twerk. Is that what y'all want? Because you will never get that from me. You understand? So I'm going to use a meme to get your attention. And you have to accept that because that's what I have to do to get your attention so I can change the masses because my purpose is to serve you guys. My purpose is to help you make money, build generational wealth. That is my purpose. Like literally, guys, it drives me nuts what you guys are doing. Like God eats me up when y'all screwing up. He be like, Folasade didn't go live or you didn't teach them that. Like I took full responsibility of the scams for the ERC, the PPP, because I stopped going live. I got tired. And y'all shadow banned me. Y'all reported me. So I got tired. Instead of me fighting, still teaching you guys, screaming, don't do this, don't do this, I gave up. So I take responsibility for it. Because a lot of you probably wouldn't have scammed if I would have kept going. So let me tell y'all something. For all of y'all people that got so much shit to say about people like me, at least we doing something. A lot of you guys are just fucking commenting and it ain't working for me. Show up and show out. If you like the rest of my content and you see nobody liking it, but you see the views, share it. But the moment I post something a little raunchy, but then y'all also have to understand that person I am. Guys, I'm not your typical accountant. So if you don't want an accountant that curse, if you don't want an accountant that's a little that stutter, that's a little ghetto, that's a little raunchy, that's a little everything, then you don't want me. Because I'm not as stern, I'm not a suit all day person. I am me, a full free spirit, just an accountant that love numbers and serving people. So y'all got to cut it with the better content. Oh, you could have chose something else. Guys, we can never perfect anything and I can never please all of you. And as my parents taught me, I will never, ever attempt to try to please y'all. I have to serve my purpose. And if I don't get your attention, you don't get the message. So I don't care what you guys say to me. It will never hurt my feelings. You will never do anything, but I have to be honest with you guys. You're doing me a disservice. Go to the Shade Room and bash them. Go to Hollywood Unlocked. Go to On Site. Go to TMZ. Go to all of them sites. Tasha K, go to all of them sites and tell them that they're harming society and they're doing this. Don't come to the people like me that got one post every 2 days because it's from somebody else. It's not my family content and my content. But when I talk about God, you don't like it. When I talk about growing your business, you don't like it. So am I the problem or are you guys the problem? Seriously. All right, let me see if there's any other questions. I just got rowdy, y'all. Y'all know how I get. If you're new to me, I get a little rowdy. So thanks for what you do. Some of us are listening. Yes, thank you. I'm glad you are. I hope so. Okay, guys. So I'm about to head out. It's lunchtime. It's Friday. And the weekend's here. Folasade is gonna, I'm not partying. I'm here though. All right, guys. So look out for the ERC link that's going to be in my link tree, guys. If you want to stay on top of all of the information, please check out my mailing list because we we give out all of the information, all of the updates, everything regarding almost every tax change, tax laws. And guys, when I speak about tax court cases, I really read a tax court case. Okay. I don't just come up with stuff to get your attention. Okay, let me read this comment. So Shanna says, I don't own a business. I just work full time and try my best to do everything right. But I take the opportunity to learn from you. Oh, thank you, Shannon. Shannon said, let me read the comment. Y'all know my eyes bad. Oh, so if you double click it, I can see it on the screen and still read it. Okay, I'm learning this, guys. So Shannon says, I don't own a business. I just work full time and try my best to do everything right. But I take the opportunity to learn from you and appreciate the education. Thank you so much, Shannon. I really appreciate you, love. Thank you so much for tuning in. And because, guys, it's hard. I have to read a lot, and I don't get compensated for this. Don't be fooled. I don't ask for no badges, and I never did. I will never ask for badges. I did ask one time, and I think my little brother was the only one who gave me a badge. No, Tommy gave me a badge, and I think my little brother gave me a badge. I don't ask you guys for nothing. I'm not selling you guys an enormous amount of courses. I just want you guys to understand two things. I'm here when you decide to do things right. I can be your accountant, but you guys have to understand that it starts with you first. Stop taking shortcuts and growing and getting to the next level. Every experience that I had that I took a complete shortcut, I got set back. So this PPP, SBA fraud, and all of this ERC, some of you guys are going to get set back from it, right? But I just want to tell you, if you do get caught up, don't stop. Still try to start the business and do right. Still try to go for the next promotion. But then again, we don't know if you're going to have a fraud case, or we don't know yet. Y'all actually just need to pray and ask God to save you. And for all y'all atheists, I don't know if he's coming for y'all. But he might even help y'all just to be like, oh yeah, they'll come and see me for who I am soon. But if I were you guys and I did something shady, I would literally pray. And from my experience, not from doing something shady, but from my experience with talking to God and repenting my sins and asking for forgiveness and doing right, he will turn this into a blessing. So guys, if you screwed up, stop screwing up now. Get your financial house in order, because they will be monitoring what you submit to them going forward to see if it's accurate. And all they have to do is send you an examination letter to request your information. So if you don't have all of the paperwork and stuff, start doing things right. And guys, look out for my book, Audit Proof. I've been working on this book actually for 2 years. I set it on the shelf and then I brought it back out. And me and Ken is working on it. So look out for Audit Proof. Once you guys go through my book, you can be like, okay, yeah, Folasade, you right. I wasn't doing things right. Let me get it together. And you're gonna be proud of yourself once you do it. I'm gonna be able to save you money on your taxes. You're gonna be able to save yourself money on your taxes, because the book tells you so many tax strategies. You're going to be able to back yourself up in the audit, and then you will know what to do going forward. A lot of you guys skipped meeting with an accountant when you started these businesses. So you didn't even know that you have to keep paperwork. You didn't know that the IRS can request anything over the sun at any time, and you have to respond. A lot of you didn't realize that your S Corp, you had to, do I even want to talk about that? Y'all want me to talk about the S Corp really quick? Because I don't think I mentioned that. And then I'm going to go. Okay, so I briefly mentioned when I was rambling that S Corp's going to be getting caught up soon, right? Here's why. The IRS is auditing S Corps because you guys were told that S Corps, you save money immediately on taxes because you don't pay self-employment taxes. Self-employment taxes is your portion of Social Security and your portion of Medicare taxes, right? So for all of you that has an S Corp and you have not paid yourself on W-2, the IRS can bring a reasonable compensation audit onto your S Corp. So the IRS said, oh, because you are an S Corp, you were supposed to be reasonably compensated for the services that you provided to your S Corp. The moment that you provide a service to your S Corp, you were supposed to be receiving a W-2. Right? But you guys are not doing that. You heard you can save money on self-employment taxes, ran out and got the S Corps, and you haven't paid yourself on W-2 yet. And right now, all you have is income rolling over or losses rolling over. And why is that a problem? Do y'all want to know? Could y'all take a secret guess on why is that a problem? Why they auditing it? And also, I'm gonna say my partnerships too. Yep, partnerships too. Do you know why? The reason why they're going to be audited is because, remember, they have to replenish what? Social Security. Remember, every day in the news, Social Security is running out. We're running out of money. The moment you do not put yourself on W-2 with your S Corp, you have intentionally took money from the Social Security fund. And for my partnerships, there should be at least a general partner, or at least down the line, you guys getting guaranteed payments. But not everybody should be a limited partner. Okay? Because see, as a partnership, your income that rolls over, if you get guaranteed payments or if you're a general partner, is subject to, again, self-employment taxes. So if you're not claiming income that you receive from your partnership as guaranteed payments, or classifying yourself as a limited partner, the IRS is again losing out on the money that could be contributed to Social Security fund. But everybody online told you guys to get them S Corps. But none of them told you that you have to reasonably compensate yourself for it, for the services that you provide for the business. Additionally, everybody told you guys that you could just take distributions. Oh, you don't have to do anything with S Corp. You could just pay yourself through distributions. They have lied to you guys. You cannot just pay yourself distributions. Okay. Now you can distribute your initial capital. You can distribute your initial contributions into your company free for all. So let's say you guys set up the S Corp and you invested $20,000. Yes, you can take out that $20,000 as a distribution and don't pay taxes. Why? Because that's a return on capital. But if you didn't contribute $20,000 into the S Corp and you wanted to take out $20,000 in an S Corp, you will have to pay taxes on the distributions from that S Corp that is above what we call your basis. Every shareholder, every partner in a corporation have a basis. In a company have a basis. Your basis is what you contribute, what you invest, and then deduct out what you withdrew. Okay, so let's say you invest $20,000, then you withdrew 13, your basis is 7. Okay. If you take a distribution for more than 7,000, you have to pay taxes on the difference. But you can take the 7,000 distribution free and clear. So this is why those S Corps and partnerships, and guys, that's a bit technical, but that's why the S Corps and partnerships are going to be audited as well. So for all of y'all that listen to them gurus, and see, this is the thing that actually y'all made them millionaires. And I ain't mad at them. I'm mad at y'all because y'all fell for it. And I ain't even jealous of the money because see, a lot of them gonna have to be hiding soon. And if you notice, all of them not even talking about taxes no more. They're not talking about tax write-off. They're not talking about that no more. They know their little gig is up. Y'all, they got all y'all money and the gig is up. And you look, that's what I really want to say. Guys, yeah. Sorry, I be rapping a little bit, y'all. See? Okay. All right, guys. So that was a mouthful. So just be aware going forward. I've been begging. Can you just take my advice and just file an accurate tax return, please? And don't forget, if you guys get audited, me and my team can represent you in your audit anywhere in the United States, any country. If you're fighting the IRS, I can represent you in your audit, okay? So if you want me to represent you, if you get audited for the IRS, I can easily represent you. Just go to the link in my bio and go down and say you want Folasade to represent you in the audit. It's a link there. But going forward, guys, we're not in that playground where we could use the tax system to level up. Remember back in the day, people would say, oh yeah, I got a $15,000 tax refund because they claimed kids did some shady stuff. That era is over. The real big boy tax strategists like myself is the ones that you need to be paying now, because we are the ones that actually know the tax law, the tax code, okay? And we know how to maximize your taxes legally. And then another thing, this made me think about, I seen an ad and I seen another person post it, guys, and these are tax professionals talking about the IRS section 160, IRS code section 162 said you can write off everything. They don't tell you what you can. That's true. And everything must be, anything can be ordinary and necessary. Now that's not true. The IRS asks for NAC codes. They match your tax returns against industries for a reason. So you telling me a dump truck company can write off getting haircuts for all their employees? No, yeah, I said dump truck. A dump truck company get haircuts for all their employees. Is that ordinary and is that necessary? It's not. How would that help the company? These are the questions agents ask. How does that help the company? Okay, see, guys, so this is what people are not telling you guys, and I realized the game, and I'm gone after this because my brain could keep going. I was talking to my publicist the other day, and our call went from 1 hour to almost 3 hours of me telling her on and on and on, just different things. One thing I realized, guys, is that the tax professionals that's teaching y'all to scam, because there's a lot of tax professionals that's teaching y'all to scam. Do you know that there's a difference between a tax write-off and a write-off? And there's a difference between tax accounting and financial accounting. Okay? Financial accounting is your bookkeeping. As a business owner, if you feel as though that expense, if that expense was paid by your business and it follows GAAP or it follows the basic bookkeeping principles, you can write it off on your financial statements. But that doesn't mean that that write-off qualify for a tax write-off. And what I'm starting to think is that those professionals that have been telling y'all that, they're probably trying to manipulate you guys to not understand that there's a difference between financial accounting and tax accounting. And not everything that you can write off on your financials, you can write off on your taxes. Because you cannot, guys. Just because the business paid for it, that doesn't mean you can get a tax write-off for it. I think I figured out how they got you guys confused. Yes, you can pay and give your employee $50,000 gift. And yes, you can claim a $50,000 gift on your financial statements, but you cannot write off the $50,000 gift that you gave your employee if it's not done right and fit within the requirements and the regulations. Oh my gosh, I figured out how they got y'all. There's a difference. They call it tax basis and book basis. There's a difference between financial accounting, tax accounting, and the tax basis and the book basis. There are differences in what's in your books that you cannot claim on your taxes. I just figured it out how y'all got to do. They just use write-offs. And some of them even told you tax write-offs. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go. I love you guys so much. I enjoyed today's live stream. It was long enough. I don't know how long it was, guys. I thought they said that Instagram only allow you to go 1 hour. How long have I been going? I think I can go more than 1 hour. Let's see. I think I can go more than 1 hour. Yeah, I think it's been literally more than 1 hour, guys. So last call. One more question. Do you got one more question? And because I just added a whole new level of context or content in there. Do you guys have any other questions before I go? Paper. Okay, guys, so I don't see any questions. I'm not going to continue to waste my time. I really enjoyed today's live stream. If you guys need to retract your ERC application, Leo will have it in my bio by by Monday morning. Okay, in my Linktree bio. In addition to that, I do recommend you guys share this video because a lot of people are unaware that their applications are indeed fraud and have not been aware of any of the things that I've been teaching you guys. And it was quite a bit of content that we talked about. And I hope that you guys kind of understand who I am. I'm just not your typical accountant. I'm not going to cheat the system. I'm not going to definitely please you guys. So if you don't like what you see, if you don't like how I talk, if you don't like what I post, I just don't care enough to change who I am. Because people used to tell me, Folasade, you got to learn how to talk perfect. You got to learn how to do this. That's why I stutter so bad now, because I tried to be so fake. Like, no, I'm going to be myself. I'm going to be myself. And if you can't understand the way that I talk, just realize my brain thinks very fast and my mouth moves slow. So like now I'm losing my train of thought because I'm trying to slow down my mouth. I'm sorry. I'm not as smart as you guys. Okay. All right, guys. I love you guys so much. Enjoy your weekend. Pray to your God so he can just protect you from this, especially if you know you have a purpose and you really made a mistake. Pray to your God. He is so amazing. He might help you come out of this. But just don't cheat the system again, guys. Y'all cheated y'all been cheating since I've been in business. I'm a second generation accountant. My dad is an accountant. I'm 38. I've been working with my dad since I was 14, right? So that's what, 24 years? No, 8. How many years is it? 14 years? It's a lot. Long time. Yeah, 24 years maybe. I don't know. I don't want to use a calculator. And can I be honest with you guys? You guys have been trying to cheat the tax system since I was 14 years old that I can remember. I'm 38. 16 years or something like that. I'm 38. So I'm getting older, and you guys are still doing the same scams. When are we going to say enough is enough and I want to live in peace? And a lot of you guys want to make so much money. You want to be rich. You want to be successful. But is really God going to give you money if you're willing to steal, cheat, lie, take shortcuts? Like, y'all, are y'all really expecting to have this abundance of blessings when you're tempted to take a shortcut every week and you take those shortcuts every week, or you're tempted to cheat every week? How is he going to know that you have his people best interest in hand? How will he know? Because remember, for you to make $1 million, you have to at least serve enough people or bring them enough change or cheat them enough to make that, right? And the people that's cheating the system are getting hemmed up now. They're getting arrested. Check out all the news. And the people like myself that just been trying to do things right, our little money come, right? And we growing, right? But y'all making the scammers rich as hell, and they don't care nothing about you guys. And they not invested, they not saved, they not doing nothing for the community, they not giving back. They're not doing nothing that God needs them to do with that money, but hurting you guys. So we need to evaluate how we determine who's credible enough to give you advice. And I will never post my house because I don't have a big house. And I'm not going to buy one. I wanted one. I don't want that. I'm not going to do that to please you guys. I'm not going to post my cars. I'm not going to shake my butt. I'm not going to show my boobs. I'm not going to do certain things. I'm not going to do nothing that's degrading or boastful to get your attention. You guys have to accept that some people like me just gotta use our real personalities and our real expertise to make impact. And if you guys need fluff and extravagance and luxury and boastfulness and deceit to take my advice, I'm not the person for you, okay? But if you want real tax strategy, if you want to save the real money, if you really want to build wealth, if you want to be happy with yourself, confident in who you are, don't care about society, handle your business, God-fearing, loving, building, and satisfied, then I'm the right accountant for you. But if you want me to be fluffy, shady, deceptive, tell you what you want you to tell you what you want to hear, I'm not the one. So please leave your stay over there with them. Stay over there. I'd rather for me to never get to 100,000 followers. And I'm gonna have to tell my team, break this out. I would rather for me to never get to 100,000 followers and me stay as genuine, as pure as I am. Because see, a lot of times when people trying to get falling, they lose their self, they lose their purpose. And I will not fall for this that y'all want me to do. Y'all want me to show I got a nice car, or how much money in my bank account, or how much I pay my staff, or how much my payroll is, or how many clients we have. We're not doing that over here. And I don't think I should have to. I'm an accountant. I am an accountant, guys. Remember that. It's boring. It's numbers. So accept that. Stop falling for the glitz and the glams. Most of them have credit card debt. Most of them, they are broke, y'all. I see the money, honey. I see the money, honey. Remember, I'm an accountant. I see their money. And then, yeah, they broke. They are, y'all. It's bad. They got credit card debt galore. They getting money from investors. Their business is not bringing in as much money as they think. And they doing scammings behind the scenes. Guys, I see the numbers. They message me, Folasade, how do I pulled money off a credit card to do this. Now I got audited by the IRS and they're trying to put include that money from the credit card withdrawal in the audit. What am I supposed to do? I can't respond to that because I'm not representing you. Oh, Folasade, I listen to this online guru and I got this G-Wagon. Now I can't afford it. The next month, Folasade, the G-Wagon was repossessed. I have clients leave me. Folasade, I thought you didn't know what you was talking about. I went over there and they told me this and I remember us talking about this. And then now all of my clients that left me this year, they're all coming back. I love you guys. All of them are coming back. All of them. I'm not going to give you fluff, guys, and you guys have to accept me for who I am and take my advice and spit it out. Whatever you do, if you don't want to hear me curse, that's fine. I only curse here and there. If you're not happy with my memes, that's fine. Spit the memes out. But stop. Go to a shade room and degrade them. You understand? Go to those places that's really doing harm to the community. The people like me that's really trying to make impact, we don't need your negativity if you're not sharing my content. I don't need it. And I'm never going to change who I am. And I was talking with my writer today, and me and him went through the content from y'all posting y'all comments on my post today. And he said, Miss Fola, he's a professional dancer. He said, we have sexualized the kids, not us, not the kids. They sexualize themselves. We have. But let me be honest with you guys. I'm a whole mom over here that is very protective of my kids. Okay. I will never do anything degrading to society. And I'm not perfect, guys. That's why I stutter. I'm raunchy a little bit. I curse. Remember, I'm not perfect. So, that's my imperfections. Those are my imperfections. But trying to be a pedo, doing something, teaching y'all to scam, those are not my flaws. Not knowing what I know, that's not my flaw. Lying, that's not my flaw. I'm not going to lie to you guys at all about nothing. Okay? So let's go ahead on, retract your ERC application if you did things fraudulently. Guys, I don't mind you criticizing me, but do it constructively. If it's not my original content coming from me, go to those people and bash them. Don't bash me. But if you do, be ready for the bigger. I'll go back and forth with you. But then I might not. Last but not least, if you're S Corp, if you're a partnership, you might want to listen to the last part of the video when my team break it out about your requirement to get guaranteed payments. and your requirements to make sure that there's at least a general partner of some sort, because it's how is everybody a limited partner? Okay. All right, guys, I love you guys so much. I wish you the absolute best. Let's stop scamming. Let's stop doing shady things. Let's stop taking shortcuts. And let's start living the life that we dream of. And stop worrying about what everybody else care or feel about you. You will never be perfect enough to please everybody. And God do not even want us to be even concerned about everybody. Okay? So let's focus on you. Focus on your family. God first. Hey, hustle hard and close off social media. I think a lot of you guys forget that. Right now, see, this is my house, right? Once I get off on social media, I'm not coming back on unless somebody send me a meme or something. I have a whole life out of here. Y'all may have to start separating y'all lives from social media because it's too intertwined. You think how I make you feel on social media affects your real life, or how what you say to me on social media affect my real life. It don't. Because everybody that knows my real life knows exactly everything I say online is true. I'm just, this is who I am. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing for you guys. And y'all have to, but see, that's the thing. Y'all lying about who y'all are on social media. Y'all lying. That's the difference. I ain't doing that. So that's why I can sit here and don't care about what y'all think about me. So I'm going to close out with this. Be your real self, online and offline. Your real self, online and offline. That's why a lot of you guys are depressed, and that's why you have not found your purpose, and that's why you have to jump from every business to every business, because you are not really fully in tune with who you are. If you really have to come online and do a whole switch in personality, then you're not living true for yourself. That means you're using this platform to put on a face to deceive yourself or degrade yourself, or to make money. And I'm not better than none of you guys, but if you're going to be a hoe online, be a hoe in real life. If you're going to be a hoe in real life, you might as well go ahead and be a hoe online. That's how I feel. Like, just be who you are across the board. And I think a lot of you guys would be so happy, so much and so more at peace if you could just be comfortable in your own skin. Some of you try to be so perfect online, it's ridiculous. Like, yeah. Some of y'all so depressed because you're trying to be so perfect for people that don't even care about you. Stop. Y'all need God. I'm telling you. Because he will get you comfortable with your big forehead. He'll get you comfortable. Like, yes, like somebody told me, oh, you always wear wigs. I was like, girl, where you been? I wore my natural hair, honey. I had cut my hair all the way bald, y'all. And as my little hair got bigger, I started with my little bush. Then as my little bush got bigger, I wear it. I know where I want my hair to be, so I'm not going to wear my hair. I like big hair like this. I like big hair, like real big hair. Not necessarily long, but big. And my hair is big, but it don't come. I want it to be like flat and big. So when I wear it out, so when they get to the length, it's almost there. It's about right here, man. About right here. So when they get a little bit more fuller, y'all see my real hair too. So y'all just gotta stop being mean to everybody. But it starts with loving yourself. And I hope my team take this too. Y'all gotta love yourself. Stop bleaching y'all skin. I'm gone, y'all. I'm rambling. Bye, y'all. I love y'all. Bye-bye.